Yo, it's Zirk. We gotta talk about Charlie Sheen. This man just said his whole 2011 meltdown, the tiger blood, the winning, all that shit was because of testosterone cream. Not the insane amount of crack, the cream. And I laughed. I was like, Charlie, come on. But then I watched the interview and now I'm like, wait, this mofo might be telling the truth, which is way worse. Because if lotion can make you lose your mind on national TV, we got problems.
It's I was in some way I was being a bully. It had a bullying kind of energy about it, you know, and I've never been that guy. Attacking people, and I was challenging people. I was like a tough guy on the block and had all these soldiers. I had this whole cadre behind me, and it was like, you know, inviting people into the ring. I've never been in the ring.
So here's what happened. Les Moonves, big CBS executive, shows up at Charlie's house with a private jet already running, on the tarmac, ready to take him to rehab. This man brought a plane to your house. That's when you know you cooked. Charlie said, nah, I'm good. I'm gonna do rehab at home. Rehab at home? My God, that's not rehab. That's just staying inside and hoping shit works out. Les probably looked at him like, this mofo serious?
Yeah, and I think there was a whole testosterone component as well that was just out of control, because there's, you know, what do they recommend, like a quarter-sized dollop and like every other day? And no, there's a line in the book where I say I was slathering that shit on like a fucking Pond's commercial.
Here's where it gets stupid. The bottle says use a quarter-size amount every other day. Charlie was using the entire bottle daily. He said I was slathering that on like a Pond's commercial. You know those commercials where white ladies rub cream on their face like they're icing a cake? That's what Charlie was doing, but with testosterone. Normal people, 2 doses a day, 14 doses a week. Charlie was absorbing like a month worth of testosterone in a few hours. His T levels were through the roof. And what happens? Your blood pressure spikes. You can't sit still. Everything pisses you off. You want to fight everybody.
It's really difficult to really look back on that and figure out why it got that far, how it got that far.
I can help you out.
Okay.
Testosterone and cocaine.
Testosterone and cocaine. Yeah.
It'll have you having all kinds of conversations with people in your head that'll tell you exactly what you're doing is correct.
Right. I remember I felt watching me doing it their way.
Yeah.
And I was like, no. And then, you know, I got the brain full of, you know, fucking nuclear crazy cream that I'm a fucking, you know, just covering myself in.
Charlie was using a legal drug, prescribed, covered by insurance, but the testosterone made him think he was tough, made him act tough. It's not confidence. That's delusion caused by hormones. And the scariest part, he knew something was wrong, felt himself losing it, but no one didn't help. Once the chemistry takes over, willpower don't mean shit.
And so then they, you know, Andrew's like, oh my God, okay, you know, I'm sorry, I didn't mean anything by that, you know, but I'm over here, you know, with the thing, and I'm not letting it go. I asked you to apologize. We should have been past it. Now I'm stewing. Right? Yeah. And
so you're ramped up now.
Yeah. And that's when it turned into. And then I start hearing Brian's stuff, and I'm like, I don't know, man, I have fucking tiger blood. And then it all just, and then it got away from me, and I couldn't pull it back. I couldn't pull it back.
So is Charlie lying? Nah, I don't think so. He's not telling the whole truth. The whole truth is Charlie was already a mess, already an addict, already making terrible decisions. The testosterone didn't create the problem, it multiplied it by 1,000. Your brain chemistry can override willpower. Charlie knew he was losing control, felt it, couldn't stop it. If you're on TRT following your doctor's orders, you're fine. You're not going to turn into Charlie Sheen. Charlie was using 40 times the recommended dose. If you're using what your doctor prescribed with regular blood work, you're good. TRT helps people, better mood, more energy, improved life. Charlie's story is about what happens when you say, fuck the instructions, I'm using the whole bottle. Don't do that, and you'll be fine.
And I was like, yeah, that was from the testosterone cream, which I was doing heaping amounts of. In the book, I describe it as slathering on like a freaking Pond's commercial. It was in the doses. It was prescribed and recommended to be applied at following those dosage guidelines. It was for enhanced. Sexual enhancement, more lean muscle mass, more energy. When you exceed those, 40x, then it can metabolize into what's essentially a roid rage. Once it got away from me,
you just become the Incredible Hulk.
Pretty much, yeah. There's something that dawned on me. It's like I turned into I became that thing which I detest most, and that was a bully. And I could say, I was bullied as a kid and I wanted to see how it felt from the other side. So what, right? Yeah. It didn't feel good from the other side.
And the fitness industry is pushing testosterone on everyone. Low T, get TRT, feel like a man. They make it sound harmless, like a little boost. But if you're not careful, use too much, combine it with other stuff, got mental health issues, it can destroy you. And when you break down, everyone just laughs and makes memes. Nobody asks, what was his brain chemistry doing? That's fucked up.
Would you recommend testosterone in lower doses?
I would, because I've in recent years have used it responsibly and have gotten the results that were promised or that I was expecting. Yeah, terrifying downside, in long-term use to HGH, to human growth hormone. If it's gonna make things grow, then if you got a tumor or something that's kind of been lurking, it can bring that thing into some larger form. Yeah.
Testosterone cream. I mean, I didn't even really know that was a thing, but if I had known it was a thing, I wouldn't really think about it. I'd think like the crack is the problem.
Yes and no. I but I wasn't on any opiates, so the coke detox is pretty quick. But it's the other stuff gave me the energy and just the different mindset to not even think about what my body was feeling. So then, because you asked like how long, so then that but when I came back from the tour is when I went dark.
Is Charlie full of shit about the testosterone? Nah. Charlie created the perfect storm, and testosterone was the ingredient that turned a crisis into a spectacle. And the wildest part, it was legal, prescribed, covered by insurance. Zirk, stay safe, follow prescriptions, don't use whole bottles of anything. And if you start feeling like you got tiger blood, call a doctor or a priest or some shit. Peace.